Alright guys, so I had a question about this difference quotient, and I'll show you guys a way how to solve this. So a difference quotient is simply f of x minus f of a over x minus a. So this is just exercise at, what's it called, function arithmetic, function algebra here. So we're going to have to do some factoring and some cancellations, but it's not too bad. So let's see. Let's just write out by definition what this means. Now you're going to need a really big fraction bar. Okay, so we need f of x. F of x is defined like so. So 6 minus 2x minus x squared. That's f of x. Alright, minus f of a. So that's just f of x evaluated at a. Now be careful here, you need to subtract off the entire expression for f of a. So use parentheses minus 6 minus 2a minus a squared. So f of x, f of a, and we're finding the difference. Okay, bottom, x minus a. Now, that is the difference quotient, but we need to figure out how to simplify it, put it in the simplest terms. So let's distribute that negative sign. So again, big fraction bar, 6 minus 2x minus x squared minus 6 plus 2a plus a squared, it looks like. Double check everything, make sure we distribute that negative sign correctly. Yeah, we look good. Okay? We have a negative 6 and a positive 6. Let's cross those out. Those cancel. We still have an x minus a on the bottom. Okay? Now, we want to try to simplify this as much as possible. This particular one looks like we're going to be able to factor the top via grouping. Now, that's one of those that nobody really likes to do, but factoring by grouping, there's no set way that's going to work every time. Here, I think it looks like if we group the terms with a 2 in them, and then group the a squared and the x squared, then we'll be able to factor, I believe. Looking ahead a couple steps, it looks like. So let's group the ones with a 2 together. So I'm going to do the 2a, the positive first. So 2a minus 2x, group those. And then let's group the a squared and the negative x squared. So don't lose any of those negative signs. So my a is still positive, still positive. My 2a is still positive. Yeah, the 2x was negative and the x squared was negative. Okay, denominator is still the same. Okay, let's move down a little bit. Now, the reason I did that is because we can factor each of those groupings. We can factor a 2 out here. So 2, and then a minus x. And then we can factor this expression because it's a difference of 2 squares. So that's a minus x times a plus x. And we have an x minus a on the bottom still. Now, the reason we factored by grouping, oh, that's not very good. That's not either. There we go. The reason we factored by grouping is that now we can factor out from both of, out of the entire numerator, a factor of a minus x. So a minus x. And then what would be left over? Okay, there would be a 2 left over from here. And over right here, let's see, a plus x would be left over. So plus a plus x. Now I use parentheses there just to be pedantic, but we can actually, since that's just all added, we can, those parentheses aren't necessary. But look what we can almost do. We can almost divide out a factor of a minus x, but it's x minus a down here, a minus x up there. So what we need to do is factor a negative 1 out of one of these two factors, so that we can get them to match up. Let's factor a negative 1 out of this top left-hand factor of a minus x. Now, factoring out negative 1 is one of those things that kind of weirds some people out, but it's not that big of a deal. All you got to do, let's see, sorry about that. All you got to do is, think, if I factor out a negative 1 there, what would be inside the parentheses such that when I redistributed, I would get a minus x. Okay? and that would be negative a plus x. Now I'm actually going to erase that because negative a plus x is x minus a. So let's just go ahead and write in here x minus a. And then we would have 2 plus a plus x. And on the bottom we would have x minus a. So now we can divide out a factor of x minus a and x minus a, leaving us with negative 1 times 2 plus a plus x. Oops, sorry about that. Which equals, we just need to multiply by negative 1, negative 2 minus a minus x. Okay, there's the answer. The difference quotient, let's scroll back up at the top. We started with f of x minus f of a over x minus a. We just made these substitutions to start with. We then distributed our negative sign, collected like terms, factored via grouping. We got down to this step and realized we almost had a similar factor on the top and the bottom. They were different just by a reversal of a negative sign. We then used the technique of factoring out a negative 1 to make sure that we had a factor that we could cancel out. Divide out would be a better way to put that. And then we divided that factor out, distributed negative sign, and we are done. So if you need help beyond this, let me know. I'd be more than glad to help you. Difference quotients, we'll talk a lot about these when we start talking about differential calculus. They'll be very important in the definition of a derivative. You'll see lots. You'll learn lots about that in the coming weeks. Let me know if you need more help. Talk to you soon.